Hey everybody, I thought I'd participate in the 20 things I love about my home, and I had to really stop and think about the 20 things. You know, being here almost 15 years, you know, you sometimes are just over it, and I could have come up with 20 things I didn't like about the house in a matter of 5 minutes. But it really took me 45 minutes to come up with things that I just really have been ignoring, and it really helped me develop an appreciation of where I'm at and how lucky I am to live in this home. It was therapeutic, let's just say that. Just thought I would share with you some things that I have jotted down of why I love my home. All right, the first thing, number one, and they're not in any particular order. Some of them are inside, some of them are outside, and so I just wrote down whatever came to my mind. The first thing is the square footage. This house is almost 3,400 square feet. And so, of course, you know, on the average, that is a little bigger than the average house, or especially the neighborhood, neighborhood house. I have just thoroughly enjoyed this square footage. When we were house hunting, we could have gotten a new house, but I insisted I wanted older and bigger and something with some character to it. And so we settled on this one. And so we love the fact that we have plenty of square footage. Number two is the traditional style. My house is 2-story. It has lots of windows across the front of it and the back. And, you know, when you walk in the front door, there's a living room on one side and a dining room on the other. And a lot of times those type of houses, you know, you'll see the staircase. Well, in my particular case, the staircase is reversed. And when you walk in the front door, you actually see my coat closet. But then both rooms are on the left and right. Number three. Custom built. We are the second owners of this home. The first owners, you know, like I said, custom built this home. And the advantage of buying a custom built home is that there's usually, you know, little perks and things that, you know, you wouldn't get in a cookie cutter house. You know, for example, our garage is oversized, which that makes it nice. You know, a lot of these new houses, you can barely fit 2 cars in what they're calling a 2-car garage. When we were shown the house, she called the downstairs shower the family shower. I mean, it seriously is as big as a closet. And so it's super nice to have a big shower downstairs like that. It could really fit 4 or 5 people in it. All the door facings and the window facings around, the wood trim around the windows all have like those wood medallions. It kind of fits into the traditional style house, and so those are just really pretty. If you've ever priced those things, they're $4 or $5 a piece, and so you can imagine as many doors and windows as I have in this house, that cost a fortune to do that. Number 4. This house is 4 bedrooms and 3 baths. Having 3 baths was a lifesaver when the kids were home, and even now with Brian and I, 2 of them can be occupied many times, and so it is super nice. We have 1 downstairs and 2 up. And the 4 bedrooms, it was always nice for the kids to have a good spacious bedroom, and we had the master, and then we always had the 4th bedroom as a guest bedroom, and so that was always super nice to have. The bedrooms are bigger than the average bedroom. You know, a lot of these new houses, some of those bedrooms are 10 by 10. I mean, you can barely fit a twin bed and a chest of drawers in there. So the kids always had a bedroom suite in their bedrooms, and just lots of good space. And so now my daughter's bedroom is now my craft room, and my son's bedroom, we're turning that into a second guest room I'm in the middle of redoing. Number 5, a game room. Both of my kids' bedrooms kind of they both have a second door in their bedroom that goes into a big game room above the garage. Like I said before, our garage is oversized, so the whole top of the garage is a game room. And so when we were looking at new houses, you know, what they called a game room, you could barely fit a air hockey table in there, much less a pool table. So back in the heyday when the kids were, you know, in their early teens, we had, we still have a pool table in there. We had 4 stand-up video machines, a futon, dart boards, board games. And so we just, they thoroughly enjoyed that when this house used to be the kids' hangout. Let's see, number 6. One of my favorite spots in the whole house is my screened in back porch patio area. My back den has windows, and I get to stare at my sunroom every day, and that's probably my favorite area. It's built up about 2-foot brick, and the rest of it's screened, and so we really could glass it in if we ever chose to, and actually run heat and air duct to it. But we choose to keep it just a screened in porch. We love to sit out there when it rains, and it's super nice when you have parties and you can keep the food in the screened in porch area. I just love that area. That's always been one of my favorite spots in the house. Number 7. This house has an in-ground pool. It was put in the early 80s, and she told me that at that time they had put in the biggest in-ground residential pool you could buy. And of course, bigger doesn't necessarily mean better. Bigger means more chemicals, more work, and it is super nice. Don't get me wrong. We have hosted ball teams, end of the year school parties. I had my students every year, end of the year parties and things like that. It is wonderful when you have 10, 15 kids, and so just lots of room, but it is a very big, actually I believe it's 55,000 gallons, and so it is a big rectangle pool, let's just say that. All right, number 8. Walk-in closets in all 4 bedrooms. They're not necessarily huge walk-in closets, but it is more than just a slide door and a rod. I mean, you actually can walk in, and in the kids' bedrooms, I a lot of times would put their Chester drawers in their closet, so that would give them even more living space in their bedrooms. On my son's bedroom, I did, and so it was just super nice to have that little extra storage space because with kids, they accumulate games and all kinds of stuff and stuffed animals and all that stuff, and so those walk-in closets were a real lifesaver and help cutting down clutter when they were young. And for some reason, my walk-in closet in my master is the smallest of the ones, but it does work. And I walk in and I have clothes on all 3 sides of me. So it is nice to have and see what you got. Number 9, I have a double linen closet upstairs. When I walk up the stairs and in the hallway, I have 2 doors I open up, and I have about 6 shelves. And the top shelf, I keep extra blankets. The next shelf, I keep some of my holiday type pillows and some seasonal decor. And the next shelf, I have baskets because I have different size beds, twin sets, queen sets, and king set sheets, and I keep those in there. I keep different kinds of linens, for entertaining and things, tablecloths and things like that. And the bottom of my closet, I keep all my gift wrap. So that's kind of like my gift wrap go-to when I need a bag or gift wrap and stuff. Number 10 is a walk-up attic. Now this can be a bad thing, but it is nice to have because the easier it is to access, the more you want to stuff up there. I have a door up in my attic, door up in my upstairs hallway that I just open the door, and I literally have 14 steps, a whole nother set of stairs. So if someone buys this house and they need more than 4 bedrooms, they could very easily finish out that set of stairs and finish out the attic to have 2 more bedrooms. So it is super nice to be able to access my upstairs attic in that way, but my husband says that I need to cool it and get it more organized up there. Number 11 is custom plantation shutters. That was another perk buying an older house, is that the previous owner had put custom plantation shutters in several of the rooms of this house, and if you have ever priced those, they are ridiculous. I'm talking $500 for a window, and I'm not joking. We've got the downstairs den, my master bedroom, and my master bath all have those interior custom shutters that I love. It eliminated the use or the need for curtains, because they pretty much speak for themselves. I would love to have them in the kitchen as well, but I just don't know if I want to spend $500 to $800 on it's just something we would have never invested in ourselves, and we were fortunate enough that since they're custom, otherwise she would have probably taken them with her, but since they fit these windows, they stayed. Number 12 is we live on 3.5 acres. The pool area is is fenced in, but beyond that, my husband still has a couple acres that we plant a garden every year. He has plenty of space to store his boats and trailers and tractors, and also he has started at beekeeping, and so he does keep his hives. He just started this a few months ago. He keeps his beehives on the very back of the property, so we don't have to worry about honeybees coming up here by the house. But it is super nice. We love having this much space that, the kids can run and play, and you could hit a golf ball or whatever, and you still haven't left our property. Number 13, a well-established development. This neighborhood is at least 40 years old. Just about every house in here is between 25 and 40 years old. It is an older neighborhood by all means. If you pull in here, it definitely looks like older houses. Most of them are ranch style. We are one of the maybe one of 4 two-story houses in the neighborhood. There's not many two-story houses over here, but what I love about this development is that it has all mature trees. We have huge trees. We have lots of trees on our property. We've had to cut a few down, I just love every day or every season that I walk daily. We just love looking at the trees and how they change colors, and it's just beautiful, the older mature trees. Number 14, our house is actually about 100 yards off of the road, and so that definitely portrays a more stately curb appeal. I do love that. Our driveway is asphalt, which is kind of S-curved, and we have about 3 parking spaces built into our driveway that we call that guest parking. That has been so wonderful for, when you pull in, you don't have to block somebody in, or even, like I said, you can have 3 or 4 people over here and everyone has a parking spot. And it is so nice that they don't have to pull off into the grass or, block somebody in. So we do love that about the driveway. Number 15 is the whole house is brick and vinyl siding. That virtually makes our house maintenance free. About every few years, my husband will get out the pressure washer and scrub the house, and so that really gives it a little facelift. And so our house is brick on the bottom, and the top half of the house is kind of beige siding, and then we have burgundy colored shutters. All right, number 16, one of our favorite things about our house is just our neighbors. We love them. We have an elderly lady, a widow that lives next door, and she's just adopted us, and we have a really sweet couple next door. We have some fairly new neighbors across the street that we got to know as soon as they moved in. They're a really sweet couple. And so, the ladies I walk with every day, those are my neighbors. And so we were just, this is not a real transient area, and so most everyone has lived over here 20 plus years, and we have been here working on 15, and so we just really love the neighborhood and love the neighbors. And there's not a lot of kids anymore. There's a few sprinkled around, but there's probably not 75 houses in this development, and there's only about 4.5 streets, so it's not a real big area, but we just love it. And we all, it's the point to where you almost recognize cars that don't belong, and so we really try to look out after everybody. 17 is I have my back doors. I have 3 back doors to the house. I have one going into the patio, the screened in patio porch, and then one going into the garage, and then I have one going out to the pool area, the patio area. And so what I love about that last door I just mentioned was the fact that when in summertime and everyone's in the pool, they can just come in that back door and there's a bathroom. And so that is wonderful. They don't have to trample through the house and the carpet or whatever to get to a bathroom. And so that is so nice in the summer to be able to walk in the back door right there to a bathroom. Because, when you've got a backyard full of kids, it can be a mess. Number 18, the backyard update. Now, last year we decided to bite the bullet. like I said before, this house was built in the late 70s, so it was about 22 years old when we bought it. And now that we've been here almost 15 years, we're working on a 40-year-old house nearly. Well, the pool itself is not necessarily that old, but it got to the point to where we either needed to fill in the pool and just do something completely different, or update it, like it needed to be. So what we decided to do is rip up all of the pool decking concrete, and that was a mess. We replaced all the concrete around the pool, and enlarged our outdoor patio area, put in some stonework, and also put in a fire pit. And that has been wonderful. We love that fire pit that we put in. That we have thoroughly enjoyed that this past fall. And so that is something that we probably won't ever get our money back out of it in that type of investment. But, it's one of them things where, we live here, and, even if we don't get our money back out of it, we thoroughly enjoyed it when we had it. And so that was a choice that we decided to make. All right, number 19. With this house being traditional, the front half of the house is very formal, without a doubt. The back half is very casual. And even the backyard with our fire pits and things like that. And so it just really reflects us, that I love the fact that, baby showers and wedding showers, I can put on foo-foo stuff if I need to. But then on the other hand, we can come back to the back side of the house, and it is just more formal and informal and casual. That really reflects us. I think if I had to do it over again, or our forever house, it won't be that way, but because it's kind of wasted space up in the front. But it is super nice while we have it to be able to do both, the best of both worlds if I need it. And so, we love the layout and the way this house works with entertaining and things like that. So we have entertained a lot in this house, and so that's one thing that we've enjoyed. And the last thing, it's not necessarily physically about the house, but it's just something that's just kind of a reoccurring theme in everything we do. My husband and I were raised very equally as far as values and things, and he and I both take home ownership very seriously. And we were just really taught to take care of what you've got. And I don't care if you live in a 600 square foot mobile home, or whether you rent or buy or whatever, it is just so important to take care of what you've got. Even if it is small, you still need to take pride in what you have. It doesn't take but a few dollars to plant you a couple pots of flowers and put at your front door. Just little things like that. And cleanliness. We were taught cleanliness is next to godliness, and it's just one of those things that, we do, receive lots of compliments on our yard and things like that when people come over, and sometimes, inside. And, it's one of those things that, we have really worked hard to keep it this way. And, we just take pride in what we have. And for years, it was hard for me to say, thank you when someone would pay me a compliment, because I wanted to be so humble about it and not, it was just difficult for me to say thank you when someone did a compliment. But I'm learning now that, we deserve it. I mean, our hard work, this labor of love is paid off, and it is hard work to upkeep this house. And so, that is a choice we've decided to make in order to live here. And so, we until we decide on our forever home, we're going to continue to upkeep it until we can't do it. That's when we'll know it's time for us to move on and pass it on to someone else who loves it as much as we do. Because when we bought this house, it was very difficult for the owner to sell it, just because she had so many memories and so, just really attached. And we've become that way too, because, our children grew up here too. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. What I'm going to do is try to take a few shots of some things that I mentioned on my list, just to give you a little visual of what I was talking about. And so I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed, watching some of the other videos of this topic. So anyway, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.